Hey everyone, welcome back to CK2 as my custom House Sentinel, and as I have mentioned in the last episode, I was planning on finishing off this series relatively soon. However, I wanted to have a good ending. I wanted to have a nice and smooth transition. There you go. From one king to another. I did not want to have any civil wars. I wanted to have a united realm and all that kind of stuff. And it was looking good, it was looking real good, but now my firstborn son, Kenric, died after a period of illness. He was wounded, and then he also got ill, and that eventually, caused him to die. So now we have a little bit of a problem, because, well, we are 36 years old, which is not really that old, but we are maimed, and we're also stressed, something that we have gotten over the break, and, our current heir is 3 years old. That is just not a good thing. You know, all kinds of things can happen during a regency. It's really not safe. So I don't know if this is really going to be our last episode here. Most likely not. Now, as you can see, I've been going for quite some time, maybe even 2 years. I'm not too sure. But I want to let you guys catch up on all of the things that have happened. Now, first of all, obviously, this is why I came back, because Prince Kenric, or Lord Paramount Kenric, died of an illness, and now, Mark, my grandson, he's a quick lad, but he's only 3 years old. I hope that his mother, Amory Lancaster, will help him rule the lands of Pike. Now, what I could do is potentially give Lord Durham to him, but we need to talk about him as well. Now, Lord Durham, he actually slew my Lord Commander of the King's Guard, Morgan of Clinton, in personal combat. I don't know exactly why he did it, but most likely because he wanted to be Master at Arms. And, well, he got that. He's now my Master at Arms simply because he's so good at martial. But yeah, he slew my Lord Commander of the King's Guard, and so a couple of things had to change. So let's have a quick look at the King's Guard right now. No, that's the Household Guard. Let's have a look at the White Book. So right now, we have 7 members. Sir Tristram, he was actually sent to the Iron Islands to protect my son and heir, Prince Kenric. But as you can see, he's still there. He's now protecting my grandson. Now, I have sent Robin of Brindlewood. He is actually, wow, he's 78 years old. Look at that. But he's actually, I've sent him to Seaguard to protect my other son, Prince Harry. And so the rest of the 5 Kingsguard were at home. But as I just told you, my Lord Commander was killed in personal combat, and so I now had to pick a new Lord Commander, and I decided Lord Commander Oswin Waxley would be the best. He's a just man. He's humble. He's very brave, and obviously a pretty skilled fighter as well. However, that left one place in the Kingsguard open, and I've decided to appoint a lady, Lady Teresa of Boroughs. I've just never actually been able to appoint a lady to a Kingsguard, and I was actually asking another person. I was asking a Rowan, who was also a formidable fighter, to become part of my Kingsguard first, but he declined since he was the heir to the warrior sons, and now well, she was my second pick, and she accepted. So now we have a lady as Kingsguard. Now the problem is that my vassals don't really like this. I have -5 opinion with all of them because I appointed a female Kingsguard, but it's not really all that bad. The only faction we have is a Crown Loyalist. My Lord Paramount Under, he is leading that, and I'll tell you why in a second. And we also have, obviously, the High Septon with us, and then a couple of other vassals, my Massive Coin, and just some random dude. But yeah, what has happened? Now, first of all, we obviously, as you can see here, Mark is not alone. He obviously has his mother, but he also has a sister, Princess. For some reason it says Prince, but it's a girl for sure. Prince Becca. She's nothing special, and she's very young. She's just been born. Still, though, you know, it's good for him to not grow up alone. Now, I've also arranged some marriages for my my daughters. Then we have my firstborn daughter, Princess Alice. She's actually betrothed to Lord Paramount under Tyrell of the Stormlands, which is why he is leader of the Crown Loyalist faction. And my second daughter, Princess Tinessa, she's actually betrothed to Lord Paramount Joffrey Harding II of the Vale. So we have basically the Vale as well as the Stormlands under our control. We have our uncle in the Riverlands, and we have, well, now my grandson in the Iron Islands. My hand of the king is Prince Nimor Martell of Dawn, and obviously we hold some kind of alliance with House Tyrell of Highgarden as well, since my my wife is still a Tyrell. So yeah, basically everyone except for the North is somehow related to us, which is good. And the Northerners, well, they're not going to do too much. The Stark boy is 7 years old, so I don't think he's really going to cause any trouble. But yeah, those are the things that have happened. Now, there are a couple of, I guess, less interesting things as well, but I do want to tell you. We had a couple of uprisings, but nothing, you know, special, just some liberation revolts. And I was able to deal with them swiftly. However, my Lord Commander of the Gold Cloaks, Torrin Weirstone, he actually died, and so I decided, actually, no, Tymond was his name, and so I decided to give the command of the city watch to his son. Since he did such a good job, I decided to give it to his son as well, and yeah, that's nice. So far, he's been doing a good job. Now, I've also started to build some castles. One castle here in Summer Hall, and I've also started to build another castle here in Mark's Inn that I then want to give to some loyal vassals. Well, we'll decide who will get these castles in a second. Well, actually, we'll decide that once we have built these castles. Now, I'm actually saving up some money to build a third castle here in Seaguard as well. But yeah, we shall see. Now, I've actually decided, since it's been taking such a long time with this colony here, Summer Hall, I've decided to send both my Master of Coin and my Hand of the King to, you know, oversee construction here. So hopefully this will, well, this will go forward a little bit faster from now on. But yeah, that was basically everything I wanted to tell you guys. So we can go forward slowly but surely. Now, one thing I did do, I actually decided to fix the Seaguard, or to fix the Riverlands, at least somewhat. So let me quickly show you what I've done. So I've given command of the Erebor, of the Red Folk, as well as Derry back to my son. Now, this makes him significantly stronger, obviously, than he was before, but it feels right. You know, my uncle, he has to pay for the crimes that he's done against, you know, the Lord of Derry, Lord Folk of Derry, and you know, I let it slip simply because I cannot really act against my uncle at this moment. But I have demanded that he at least fixes the realm of Seaguard, so he has done that. Now, I should also mention that actually the Lord Lister, he died after a period of illness, only the young age of 27. So now you have Lord Joshua, and I don't actually know, why is Thomas not ruling? Oh, because he's a eunuch. When did he become a eunuch? That's very strange. But yeah, there's a folk ruling Derry, so that's all that really matters. Anyway, I think we'll go forward slowly but surely. I can actually imprison the Master Fleabottom, but I don't think I really want to. That's not really all that important. Okay, yeah, let's just continue on. Yeah, so here I was hoping for a nice ending, but it does not look like it. Now, what actually could be very interesting is if we have a look at our intrigue options here, we can have, and let me quickly see, we could call for a great council. So, okay, yeah, this guy, our ward. Make him temperate. Am I temperate? I am not temperate. Thank the seventh for his virtues. He must enjoy life. For example, of the court. Now I'm chaste. Ooh. And I still want to have that many kids? Well, I am a family person after all. Temperance. Yeah, fine, whatever. I think it's a virtue. There you go. That's cool. So yeah, what we can do is we might be able to call for Great Council. So yes, you are getting stuff. Great. Can you not interrupt me now? That's great. So basically, all these things, all these whatever conditions are met except for our age. We must be older than 40 before we can actually call a Great Council, and that's fine. It would be interesting. It would be interesting because I would like to settle our succession before, you know, before we die. We're only going to live for another, well, we're definitely going to live for another 3 years, at least I hope so. And I think then we're going to call for a Great Council, and maybe we're going to make our son Harry the heir. At least, well, no, I think I think that's how we're going to have to do it. Because otherwise we're going to end up in a regency, and that's just going to be so messy. I don't really want that. But yeah, we can marry here, and we will definitely go through with this, because that will create a strong alliance with the Stormlands, and we need allies close by, especially. So that's very good. Agreement has been reached. Give him plenty of gold. I don't think so. We're going to give the customary dowry 200. Wow. Well, that was very expensive indeed, because we would have almost been able to build another castle here, but that's okay. What have we just built? We've built the castle of Letwell, alright. And apparently we are now known as King Luke the Amazing. Well, isn't that a great name? Even greater than our father, Pate the Great. Okay, and we've finished another castle, Castle of Ravenglass here. Okay, now I have decided that I want to give these castles to, first of all, Benedict of the Broken Stick. He was the captain of the House of God. He was a paramount knight for a long time. He's done a good job despite being a drunkard. But yeah, he's done a really good job. And what castle do I want to give him? What castle do I want to give Benedict of the Broken? You're a riverman. Well, in that case, I think it makes only sense if I give you the castle of Letwell over there. Yes, there you go. So you are now landed as well. We need a new captain of the House of God, but we will find one. And I wanted to give Kyle Fleetwood. He's a Westerman. First of all, I want to give you a martial education. Actually, you're willful and rowdy, so this would work quite well for you. And I think you know what? I'm gonna hold on to your castle until you have come of age, and then I will grant you the Castle of Ravenglass. There you go. You can obviously rename them, but yeah, I'm not sure if that's something you want to do. Okay, Gawain of Locksley Hall has founded the increased council power in Seaguard. Okay. We can make Sir Benedict. Oh, you know what? No. I'm gonna have to transfer vassalage. Transfer some vassalage here. Yes, Benedict of the Broken Stick. There you go. Awesome. And let's see. The new commander would be necessarily Harlan Bell. Courtier, he's the heir to Rayne. Sure. Although I think the Tyrell dude or the Lord of Mastery. No, Harlan Bell. That's okay. You're gonna be my commander, and I need a new captain of the Household Guard as well as a paramount knight. I guess captain of the Household Guard could be Harlan Bell as well for now. And paramount knight. Who is gonna be the paramount knight? I think I might actually make Norwin Lannister my paramount knight. For now, at least. Could make a woman a paramount knight. No, but no, my Lord Commander of the King's Guard. He's actually, yeah, he's a pretty good example of knighthood. And we need a new Master of Horse as well. Now, Master of Horse, who am I going to give that honor? My Master of the High Septon. It does not need to be the Master of Horse. Maybe you, Lord Commander of King's Landing, the Iron Throne, and the Gold Cloaks. A lot of commanders. Who will I make my Master of Horse? I guess you are my Master at Arms already. You're my Master of Laws. Lord of Blackwater Rush. Sure, I'll give you that honor. And as designated regent, I think we're going to pick Anda, my son-in-law, or my Hand of the King, Sorrel the Gallant, or my no, none of these people I really want? Denise Grammaton. My wife will be the designated regent. I think that's the best decision. There we go. Okay. Anything else going on? We could hold a tournament, but well, I'm not really in the mood to celebrate now that my son has died. So yeah, I don't think we're gonna have a tournament right now. Whew. So I guess the best way to settle our succession would be a great council. But then again, man, it would have been perfect if Kenric would have just ruled, lived, and now Mark has to deal with it. Who's his regent? Adron, some random dude that I don't know of. Okay, but he's still being educated by his mother. Well, we shall see how that goes. We shall see. Okay, Carl Fleetwood, I want to give you the castle of Raven. What's it called? Ravenglass. And we will do that soon enough. Sir Ellery, the treasury of Sentinel's Point. Okay. All kinds of things going on. Whew. Now, I actually also had a look around at, well, all of the great houses and my house as well, and it was pretty interesting to see. Pretty much every great house is still around. Now, House Baratheon has died out, obviously. What's this? You want to train King Luke, Commander Thorin, flanker. You want to make people flankers. That's probably not a bad idea. Yep, I will accept that. Now, I owe you a favor, but that's okay. That's okay. Winter is coming once again. But yeah, basically, House Martell is ruling in Dorne, House Tyrell in Highgarden, House Lannister, well, in the Reach, House Lannister in the West, and, well, House Harding, which, you know, inherited from House Arryn, is ruling the Vale. So not really much has changed there. House Stark is ruling in the north, although they are not ruling from Winterfell. Yeah, we'll order that vassal to stand down. And yeah, that's pretty much it. However, the changes are obviously in House Baratheon dying out and being replaced by House Tyrell, and obviously House Tully also dying out and being replaced by House Connington. And of course, House, well, Lannister is technically still around, but the royal house Lannister is also basically died out, and now House Sentinel Grey is ruling. Now, I've actually had a thought about how it came to pass that a Sentinel is ruling, but I think it's basically just like with Joffrey, right? We were raised by our mother, Lady Alyssa Sentinel. And so we always felt more as a Sentinel and less than a Grey. So it only seems natural that we have taken the coat of arms and the words of House Sentinel instead of the words of House Grey. So I think this is a much better explanation than having this weird matrilineal marriage. So I think basically the marriage, it was a regular marriage that was brokered between my mother and King Pate the Great in order to, have Seaguard's support in the war for the throne. And then, as I said, we're technically a Grey, but we feel more like a Sentinel, and that's why we have that sigil here. I guess what would have been cool, or I could still do that. I could quarter the sigil and to have it like part Sentinel, part Grey. The problem is it would then change that for the entire dynasty, and that's obviously something I don't want, because when I look back into history, it would not make sense to have the coat of arms of House Grey there at all. So I decided we're not going to change it, but you can think like we have a quartered sigil. Anyways, our current Master of Laws has just died. Well, he was pretty old. That means I need to give out all of these titles again. Well, just a commander, actually. Okay, Master of Laws. Okay, it's going to be a Tyrell either way. It's going to be Tyrell either way. Okay, which one, though? You want to become a counselor, whereas you just want to fall in love. Well, you're married to my daughter, so please fall in love. That'd be great. I guess we're going to go with Mark then. And we'll see who of my vassals hates me the most. The Lord Stark. Okay. As well as the Lord Harding, but he's gonna be married. I guess we're gonna start in improve relations with the Starks in, well, not Winterfell, but Castle Servan, or Curvin. There you go, improve relations, and let's continue on. Now, I'm not sure if I've mentioned this, but funnily enough, Winterfell has actually been converted to the Faith of the Seven. Look at this. Sir Eustace Foster is Faith of the Sevener, and he has managed to convert Winterfell, or the majority of the population anyways, which is kind of cool. But yeah, anything else that I've missed? I don't think so. I think I've told you everything else that has happened. But yeah, basically I was just waiting for a nice event. I was waiting for Summerhall to get finished, and I was waiting for really just a nice ending. But now we're gonna have to see what happens. If we live until we're 40, I think I'm definitely gonna call for a Great Council, but we shall see. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you have enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time.